Good morning, good evening and good afternoon YouTube, and welcome back to India. If you didn't watch my first video, I'm in India. Go and look at that first one. Today we're in a city of Jaipur and we're gonna talk about some shitty stuff that I didn't like here, specifically last night, but stick with me until we get to the bad parts. Let's take a look at the city first. I'm currently at Nahradar, I think that's how it's pronounced, fortress that looks above the city. It's on a hill next to it, just as many other forts in the world. And it's like three fortresses altogether that were protecting the city. Built mainly in 1734 by King of Jaipur, the fort was constructed as a place of retreat. The fort actually never came under attack during its course of history. The ticket for the fort costs around 100 rupees for Indians and 500 for foreigners. That would be around 5.7 euros. Welcome folks to Amber Palace or Amber Fort, which is also known for its Amber Lake because it is situated next to the town of Amber. I suppose that's somehow how you pronounce it. But yeah, this place is, I must admit, impressive. More impressive than the fort I just came from because it is huge and it is just beautiful. It's made out of a red sandstone, if I remember correctly, for what I read before I came here. But yeah, and what's more impressive is it's clean. So let's talk about that a little bit, about India. Yeah, generally it is very dirty. There's a lot of waste and a lot of garbage everywhere, but this place is clean and it's the first of its kind that I have seen, because even the fort I was just before this, there's a lot of crap on the ground from plastics, just everything you can imagine. They just throw, I'm guessing they just throw whatever they don't need wherever they can. But yeah, other than that, this is turning out to be quite a nice tour, even though I'm only on my first day. But yeah, this will be worth it in my opinion. Those are obviously not the only places I visited in Jaipur, but yeah, I can't like hold this camera with me every minute of every single day. But yeah, we are in Pushkar now, our next destination. And what I wanted to talk about here is temples. So, when you're visiting temples here and the Pushkar Lake, which is sacred, you are expected to be barefoot, even when walking over pedestrian bridges that go into the lake. But let's get the bad thing out of the way that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So the problem with my hotel in Jaipur was it was impossible to sleep there. Why, you wonder? Well, let me play you a clip of just sounds in my room at 3:30 a.m. So let's listen to that first. Did you hear that? Absolutely impossible. What's your name? Ashkam. Nice people as everywhere else in India. Anywho, yeah, I wasn't going to be the one who will ask to change the room or things like that. I don't like situations like that, so I didn't. But yeah, it was pretty much impossible to get any sleep there, so I was just watching things on YouTube and Netflix during the nights, and I slept in the afternoons for a few hours when I got back from my tours. But yeah, that's basically the only bad thing I can say about this whole trip, so we'll let it go. If you like these videos, we make 1 or 2 per week usually, maybe more now in Asia, we'll see. But yeah, please consider clicking that subscribe button. If you really want to support us, please consider checking out the Patreon page, because it is our dream to one time be a full-time YouTubers. So, you know what to do, and let's continue with the video now. not in focus? I guess I am. Anywho, we should talk about Rajasthan a little bit. It is the biggest state in India, and it was created by merging 22 different kingdoms into one entity. Now, some interesting facts that I had no idea about. Let's start with the cities. The cities, not all of them of course, but some of them in Rajasthan are color-coded. That's why Udaipur is known as the white city. You have Jaipur, which is a pink city, Jaipur, which is blue city, and things like that. Google it and you'll see how they look. They actually are blue, pink, white, and things like that. Of course, not all the building, but you will get my point after you see some photos. Now, moving on. It is also a state where India did their nuclear testings in 1970s, 1974, if I remember it correctly. They did 2 nuclear tests in secret, and that is how India got their nuclear weapons. Because yes, India is a nuclear power. I mean, it's one of the biggest countries in the world, so it's more or less expected if you ask me. But yeah, you got what I mean. This market here is like very colorful, I have to admit. I hope you're soaking up the atmosphere of Pushkar. I will later visit the lake, of course, to see the sacred lake of Pushkar. And yeah, I don't know. Let's have a drink somewhere. I think I want some cold pint of, well, not Coca-Cola, I can tell you that. I'll see you soon. I just did one of the stupidest things you can do when you're a foreigner in India, and I knew it will happen. I just don't know. She seemed nice. There was a lady who asked me to take her photo, so I was like, okay, why the hell not? And then the swarm of people asking the same, and of course after you take a photo they all ask money for it. I refused and I left. But yeah, be warned, do not trust people when they just take you when they just ask you to take a photo of them. No, it is never that simple. I did not expect this kind of accommodation here, I will admit that. It is great, and this place is only 14 fucking euros per night. I will leave the link in the description. Anyways, the plan now is my driver actually recommended to go and see the sunset from a top of a hill. I can't call it a mountain, hill here. So we'll take a cable car and go on top of that, and after explore Pushkar more, I guess, because I don't see why not. I only have one night here, so we will take a walk later and see what's happening. I don't want to say at night because I don't know what time it will be, but yeah, let's go. I told the ginger lady I'm going on a cable car on the top of the hill, and this is the message I got. And you know what the worst part is? She might have been onto something, because the cable car is apparently broken. So what did I do? I got myself a cable. Why a camel, you might ask? Well, Rajasthan is also part where the 9th largest desert in the world is. Might not seem like that, but well, it's what I expected actually to get for what I paid. But yeah, there's camels, there's sand, so I figured I never rode a camel, so why not? But yeah, 9th largest desert in the world is 60% in Rajasthan. It would be foolish not to experience it. They tried to sell me on every kind of shit, from I don't know, motorbikes to camel, to something like this. Look, see this? Yeah, I successfully said no to all of that, but I couldn't say no to a camel ride. So I will ask them if I won't be allowed. Nobody allows drone filming in India, I figured. That also might be my mistake, because I ask every single time. Maybe I should just go 100 meters to one direction where nobody can see me and just film it. But yeah, maybe I'll be smarter in Vietnam, but until then, I don't know. The guy says this is horse. I know it's a horse. You know what? It's not a desert, and it's, I don't know, it's all kind of fake, but you get to ride a camel, and then what do they do? Look at this shit. Can you see this? They can't go without waste and garbage all over the place. I don't know what it is with the Indian country or people. It's sad, to be honest. We'll have a video hopefully with my friend Benson. So we'll ask him. Maybe he, as an proper Indian, can tell me why do they do this shit. Let me teach you a life lesson. Where there's a will, there is a way. Apparently there is no alcohol allowed on these stalls here, but there's always that one guy. There's always a one guy that will help you in life. And with that, folks, we will end this one. I am leaving tomorrow morning to go back to my friend's place, to Jaipur, and then the day after that, 2 days after that, there's a wedding. So if you like this, press the like button. If you didn't, press the dislike one. If you loved it, press the subscribe button. Check my Patreon, and I'll see you in the next one.